I met Coach Saban before he coached his first game. And I went up to him. I said, hey, I'm Tim Witt. I'm going to name my kid after you. He said, I heard of something about that. I said, well, Coach, I got a lot of faith in you. Don't let me down.
We all know Alabama football has a devoted fan base, but how far do you think those fans will go to show their dedication to the Tide?
I think my first reaction was like looking at my mom and being like, why did you do this to me? Like, what? This is crazy. But then, you know, it's a name, it's a conversation starter with a lot of people. And if you know me, I can talk to a wall. So it really is an easy way to get to know people, because that's usually the first question they ask, or the first comment is, oh, Crimson, like, that's really unique. I've never heard that name. My name is Crimson Ann Revis. Before I got married, my name was much more fun. My name was Crimson Ann White, just like the colors.
My name is Saban Harden-Witt, and I'm 18 years old. I really do like my name, and I do feel like I own my name too. Not discrediting Nick Saban, obviously. He's my GOAT.
My name is Tide Timothy Witt, and I'm 20 years old. And I have to always explain Tide like Roll Tide or Tide like Crimson Tide. And they ask me if my parents are big Alabama fans, and I usually just say, yeah, my brother's name's Saban, and they think, oh, your parents must be big Alabama fans and stuff like that.
My mom always loved the name Crimson. It's with a K instead of a C. She is a big Alabama fan, and her parents are too. She married my father, his last name was White, and she was like, oh, I've got to do it.
I think my mom came up with my name, though. And I don't really know. She might have met someone named Tide or something.
My dad is a little bit crazy, so before I was born, they really didn't have a name for me for a while, up until a little bit before I was born. Nick Saban was eventually announced head coach at Alabama, and he was like, why not name him Saban?
I said, Saban. That's it. Called Hannah. She's a teacher at school, so I got into her classroom, talked to her, and I said, I got the name. She said, what? She said, Saban. She said, Saban? No.
Since 2007, 37 babies have been named Saban in the state, according to the Alabama Department of Public Health. That's compared to 23 babies over that time named Tide. And for the name Crimson, at least 373 babies have been born with that name in the state since 2002, according to the Social Security Administration. In some ways, Crimson Ann White was ahead of her time, especially with her full name paying homage to Alabama.
There are days that I'm like, okay, this is hilarious, it's great, wonderful. There are days that, you know, the small things take me 10 times as longer to get through. But it's also pretty cool because people who are not from the state of Alabama and are not used to like SEC football or just the state in general, you really have to describe how crazy this name is.
There's moments in my life where I think like my name really isn't mine, and I'm kind of like, being shadowed by obviously Nick Saban. But there's times where, I meet people, that name's unique, are you named after Nick Saban? I'm like, yeah, and they're like, that's so cool. So then it kind of gives me like relief.
I mean, I should have thought about all that, but I didn't think about it, not really what the consequence would be if he wasn't a good coach, at the time. You know what I'm saying? I should have thought more of that. I didn't, which thank goodness. But like I said, I knew he was going to be a decent coach, but I just didn't really expect him to do this,
It's been a fun ride. I mean, it is what it is. I do appreciate like unique names. I never really growing up realized just how unique and how out there mine was, but it's been fun.